Well, good afternoon or good morning, depending on what time you are watching this video. And welcome to Step by Step Transformations. I pray all is going well in your world. I know I just cannot believe we are in the month of August of 2020. I said to a friend of mine in a text message that, this for sure is a year that we will never forget. I'm back. I didn't have any videos last week because my video editor stopped working on my laptop and I needed to purchase a laptop. It was time. I had purchased that laptop, I want to say January of 2009. And so, it was a gaming laptop, so it lasted longer. I didn't know that at the time, but, I appreciated the longevity. So, of course, I repeated. I bought another gaming laptop in hopes that, I could get another good 10, 11 years out of it as well. So, anywho, I am back. And ready to continue to share some great information that I pray will help you along your journey of achieving whatever goals that you have set, or whatever missions or whatever your purpose is. That is what my desire is, to help you to achieve those things. So again, here we are, second week in August. It's hot. Actually, as of the recording of this video, earlier this morning, I experienced my second earthquake. I'm on the eastern part of the country, and so I remembered actually that this is the second time I've experienced an earthquake since living here. I want to say the last time was 8 years ago, actually this month, August of 2012. So here we are, August 2020. Another earthquake on top of the pandemic, on top of all of the social and political unrest that's going on in this country. But through it all, my trust is in the Lord, and that, He will see us through. He didn't promise us at all that we wouldn't experience challenges, face fears, or actually having to deal with all of these situations that's going on. So today, I want to talk about signs that you're not committed to achieving your goals that you set. And that can be for reasons that, they don't align with your values, you figure out, or they're really not your goals, or it's not something that, you've mentally or physically or environmentally prepared for. So there are a myriad of reasons, but I just kind of wanted to bring up the signs of why you may not be committed, in hopes that you can sit back and take stock and then make the necessary adjustments to either continue to pivot, or shelve it for now. So anywho, stay tuned. Thank you. Hey, so before we dive right in, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Natalie, and I'm a Christian life coach. I work with working women like you to accomplish the goals that you actually care about. I show you how to get back on track, set your dream goals, and reach those goals by developing the laser-focused and direct impact steps that will get you there. We work together using my customized signature coaching process and action plan. So this is who I am. Feel free to reach out if you're ready to get from where you are to where you want to be. Thank you. So welcome back. Today, and I'm using today, the past 5 months, 6 months, I guess, 5 months since March, I believe, and we've been dealing with this pandemic. And so for a lot of us, we've had a lot more time on our hands. And what I mean by, a lot more time on your hands, some of you may still be working, full time. If you are like myself, praise God, because that is a blessing, because there are over 40 million people in this country who are not able to work. And so with that said, even though, most of us or a lot of us are continuing to work, we are not able to do a lot of our leisure activities that, are accustomed to doing. And especially now, it's the summertime, people like to get out, things of that nature. But, there's not a lot on television, because all of that shut down. So we just have a little bit more time to do things, projects around the house, or, start that business that, you had considered, or even, whatever goals that you had set in the past, you didn't think you had enough time to do, but you actually find the time that you do now. But even though you still have that time, we have a lot more time than before the pandemic, you're still not committed. And so, it's like, well, why? I don't really quite understand why I'm not necessarily committed. So here are a couple of reasons why I think you might not be committed. So one of the reasons why you're probably not committed to a goal that you set is because, it just doesn't get you excited. You are not necessarily motivated, whether that's internal motivation or external motivation. And I'll talk more about that in another video. But, it doesn't get you going. You're not excited to, set out a path to actually achieve the goal. So, with goals, there are steps and paths along the way. And so, you have to set little minor goals in order to achieve that great big goal. But you're just not even motivated for the smaller goals to get towards those bigger goals. So I think sometimes we're not committed to achieving goals is because these are goals that are set by what someone else thinks that we should do. Or it's something that we saw that seemed exciting at the time, that we thought that we could achieve it. And in actuality, once you, thought about it and sat down and, realized what it takes, it just doesn't move you. It was for someone else, but it wasn't really just for you. So the problem is, those goals were not in alignment with your values, which are the foundations of who you are. They set the trajectory, of your life. And so when you are looking at taking actions that don't align with your values, disaster will occur, or you just won't be committed to them. You won't complete them. And so it's very important that we understand and know what our values are. And in addition to knowing and understand what our values are, then we will make sure to steer our lives in a direction that will achieve the various goals that we have set. Okay. So I would ask that you, take a step back and ask yourself, when you are at the beginning or getting ready to, tackle a challenge, or you try to set a goal, does this align with your values? Does this help you to fulfill your purpose? Is this part of your purpose? If not, then I would like to suggest that, you reevaluate whether or not that particular goal is right for you. Okay? So here is, I want to say, a second reason why I think that you're not committed to your goals, and it is because it's not in the forefront of your mind. It's important that, as we, set goals, that, whatever that goal is, that it is in the forefront of your mind. Now, it doesn't need to take over your mind, doesn't need to take over your thoughts. You don't need to idolize it. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I am saying is, if it's in the forefront of your mind, as you are planning out your weeks, I like to post on Sundays, a question, about, have you set your goals for the week? Have you set the task? Something to that effect. And, what that is just, it allows you, a day or time, it doesn't have to take long, but allows you some time to sit down and think about, what all do I have planned this week? And so, of course, outside of work, there may be activities if you have family, if you have children, or, if you don't, other activities that you may plan, or that you like to do, take part of, or take part in, you also have to fill in or fill in where you fill in the time you would need in order to complete your goals. And so, it takes takes a little bit of time and energy to outline that, to schedule it. Maybe that's a better word I'm looking for. It's actually just to simply schedule it. Schedule the tasks that you need to do to get you closer to that goal. And so, that helps you to keep it in the forefront of your mind. If you just, say set a goal of, I want to save, some money or save so much money, or if you want to, have a goal of exercising, so many days a week, or if you're wanting to say either watch what you're eating. Well, the ways to do that is to plan it out, schedule it, and you can do that, using technology. Use your phone, use your calendar on your phone to, set the schedule. If you're old school, you're pen and paper, get you a calendar, write it down. If that doesn't work, if you're a list person, create a list. The point is, whatever is going to work for you, whatever it is that's going to work for you, I encourage you to do it. Use those platforms that are out there that are going to get you some success, that you will rely upon, that are easily for you to navigate. I can't tell you what those are. I can just offer you some strategies or some options for you to choose. So if you're not really sure, if you don't really know, so that's kind of it for today. What I want to talk about in regards to why you may not be committed to your goals. So, let's just quick recap. First and foremost, reason why you may not be committed to your goals is that they don't excite you. They don't align with your values or your purpose. And the other one is it's just not in the forefront of your mind. So I just want to encourage you to make sure that you keep them in the forefront of your mind. And if you need some assistance in order to, strategize or find ways to, overcome or even to see, well, why am I not committed? Because there are other reasons, not just those two, that you may not be committed. I encourage you to set up a discovery call. So click the link in the description box. You can set up a 30-minute discovery call with myself, and we can, sit down and create, at least find one reason or one way that you may not be committed to your goals. Also, too, if you hadn't had a chance to check out my freebie, I encourage you to either click the link in my bio or in the description box and go and download my freebie. What it will do is to help you to identify your values. And again, I said earlier, and I will continue to say, and I hope you don't know if you don't realize, values basically are the foundations of our lives. These are the things that they are those things that help to guide our lives. They help to provide us direction. They can change. They don't necessarily have to be static. They can change as you go through various seasons of your life. But for the most part, they are the core of who you are, and they're different for everybody. No one decides what your values are. You do. So, take a look at that freebie. It's a workbook. It's an actual workbook. It's an opportunity for you to figure out your values. With that said, I want to thank you very much for your time. And until next time, take care and God bless.